Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Common Ground. My name is Josh. That's Chris. This is the show where we bring you the headlines making news this week, and we try to give you our perspectives from a Democrat and a Republican. So let's jump right into it this week, Chris. One of the big things that came out, one of the videos with Representative and Representative Bowman that came out where they were arguing back and forth in regards to gun control. So we decided to cover that. Chris, what are your thoughts on that argument that they had there?
Yeah, so these two guys get in an argument. Massey's Massey's a Republican from Kentucky. Bowman's a Democrat from New York. They got in an altercation, I guess, in the hallway of the Capitol building. And what strikes me about it is it's about gun control. We know why there was another shooting at a school. But aside from the reason why they were arguing, this part of our point here that I want to make is our government doesn't function properly. This is why nothing gets done. And our show, Common Ground, is Josh as a Democrat, I as a Republican. We try to find common ground. We sit here, we do this on video, we do it at work, we talk, and we disagree on a lot of things. And contrary to popular belief, we agree on a lot of things. And this is a perfect example on video of the Democrat wants it his way. And he, in my opinion, he was the problem out of the argument. Massey was trying to give some facts and statistics, but the typical Democrat talking point: take the guns away. People are dying, and which is true, and it's heartbreaking, especially when it's children. But instead of arguing in the hallway, how about you take your little happy asses into the chamber and sit down and have real discussion? There are solutions to this that don't involve taking people's guns away. And this is a classic on video example of why our government is so dysfunctional on every level.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just about gun control.
Yeah, that's for sure. You won't find me defending Representative Massey too much on this show. I think he's one of the extremists. But in this case, he held and he did the correct thing. Representative Bowman was definitely in the wrong. You don't yell, you don't make it a bully pulpit. And just try to corner somebody like that. That's not the way that we get things done. I could see if you guys were, at a debate at a college or something like that, but you're in the halls of Congress. There should be business getting done. There are two, I understand Democrats do want to pass, legislation to have gun control and to be able to solve these things. But there are ways or correct ways to go about it. So I definitely think he went about it the wrong way. Sit down, talk it out, see what solutions each side brings. One of the I'm a Democrat. And I'm a huge supporter of the Second Amendment. It's one of the things, a lot of Democrats don't agree with me on, but it's, the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. It's something that we will not get away from. There is no way you can take every gun from every single legal gun owner in America. It's just not going to happen. And if you were to do that, there's still all the illegal gun owners, which in some estimates, it's almost about the same the illegal guns as there are legal guns. So it's definitely a problem in this nation that I agree with. I agree we should have some common sense gun reform, but there are ways to go about it. And this is why, like Chris said, nothing is getting done in Congress because if one person's just yelling and you're not letting the other guy get a point in, Representative Bowman was asking if he had ever taught at a school. You can't. Who are you to make up a qualification, whereas somebody can pitch in on an argument or not? It doesn't matter if somebody went to school or taught at a school or whatever. We're all Americans. Representative Massey had as much of a right to get his word in, and
And
they should have came together. It's definitely the wrong way.
You're never going to accomplish anything with this kind of behavior. And you're never going to get it, for the most part, a Democrat and a Republican to agree on everything. But common ground, that's what the basis of our show is. What can you agree on and get it done? And the things you can't agree on, we're going to have to agree to disagree. You and I do it all the time. So let's solve the problem for them. Here's what I would do, is I would take some of the money that we're wasting and sending, let's start with Ukraine. Let's stop sending them billions of dollars, and let's give that to the Department of Education, whoever would monitor school safety. All these politicians, including these two, are highly secured people. Okay, there's cameras everywhere in the Capitol buildings. There's armed guards. A lot of them have their own personal guards, depending on the level. Why can't we give our children the same courtesy that they have as adults? They're highly protected in our government. So why don't we take some of the money we're wasting, primarily in Ukraine, and shore up these schools? Lock the doors, put the whole bottom row of windows bulletproof, shatterproof. Some may not be. I don't know, but standardize it through the country. I'm not for putting the National Guard in the schools, but Massie did have a point that a lot of the teachers that are armed in these schools have never had a shooting. Get them trained, get retired military, retired police, or active police in there, and solve the problem to the best we can. It's not 1950 anymore. We have to adapt with the times. And taking people's guns away isn't the answer to this. There is money we could be spending wisely on this problem, and we're not. And to stand in the hallway arguing about this, they love to say, oh, well, you don't want to listen. No one wants to get anything done. Well, that's why, because you people won't, out of 5 solutions, you won't even find one thing that we can spend our tax money on wisely. And I think our children in this country is a wise investment of our tax dollars, period.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We definitely have the money. It's always telling to me how whenever it comes down to health or protecting children or any of the basic just necessities in life, that we're always wondering, um, how can we pay for this? Our grandkids are going to be paying for this. We don't have any money right now. We're in debt. However, Ukraine comes up and it's $400 billion, like nothing.
Yeah,
So we,
like
we found
nothing.
the money right away. If we need a new aircraft carrier, those cost billions of dollars each. We should have, like Chris said, go ahead, take $100 billion out of whatever budget. It doesn't matter to me. Ukraine in this instance, the 300 billion is a considerable amount of money. So take 100 billion, start and it could be a great jobs program as well. I mean, these could be good paying security jobs at schools. I don't condone arming teachers. I just don't believe that's their profession. That's not what they went in it for. But there should be
But why
people
not, though? I mean,
that are
what
protected,
would,
just like
but
Chris
well, now hold on a second. So I
with the
disagree with
teachers.
that.
Yeah,
So why wouldn't you, if they get, some teachers, if they get educated on firearms and get firearm safety training, they're on site. I don't see the argument to that. I would be a full support of, if they so choose. I don't think you would say, listen, you're going to do this whether you like it or not. But you would have volunteers in probably every school to say, yeah, that sounds like something. Get me trained in firearm safety and uh, you know, safe firing, whatever that training program is, invest the money in that, get them trained up. So I would disagree with that. I don't see a problem at all with having our teachers able to take on some of these threats if they choose.
yeah. It's just not. I mean, where we'll disagree there. It's just not in their profession. They are not experts at this. We should have experts. There should be, just like you wouldn't hire, a janitor from Congress to also do security for Congress. They could, and I'm sure you'll get some volunteers, but that's not their profession. I believe we should have people trained. We've got a whole generation of people that went to the military, the prior military. Prior law enforcement, like you said, things like that. There is a profession to that. I just don't believe in mixing that with I just believe teachers should be focused on one task, educating our children and making it home safe, and
Well,
that should be it. But not saying that if there are teachers that volunteer and that's what they decide to do and they get proper training, I would be in agreement with that. But to instill that on teachers and it just, I can see how that can go wrong.
well, you know what?
There's bad apples in every bunch, but
It's one option. Here's the deal, and this is all I got to say about this: is our government needs to take action. You and I can sit here all day and say we agree, we disagree, and we do agree on the most part. We agree on do something, and standing in the hallway acting like a bunch of mutants isn't solving anything. And to me, I don't see how long this takes. Get in there, get this stuff done, get the money allocated to every school building in this country. And that's it. It's to me, it's very simple, and I don't see what would take a lot of time to do that. I think it could be done in less than a month. At least get the ball rolling, and then get people
Yeah,
hired up
it's
and
pretty simple. I
retrofit
mean,
all these schools with whatever security they need, whether it's better doors, better locks, shatterproof windows on the first level, well-trained prior military, prior police, or active police, whatever it takes. Take the money and do one thing. Just one thing will better our situation. But standing around doing this garbage, we're paying for them to do this and solve nothing.
yeah. Yeah, Democrat. I mean, one thing that Democrats have to get in mind, it's we have the Second Amendment. I'm not sure if you guys realize how hard it is to change an amendment or even to add another one. You need 37 states to agree. It's not going to happen, especially in 2023, especially in its political environment. So that's out the question. You're not getting rid of guns. How can we move forward from here? We know there's 400 million plus, and I believe that estimate is wildly under what the actual amount of guns is in this country. But we have the guns. You're not taking that back. There's zero chance to get rid of that amendment. So we need to find solutions, like Chris said, and arguing in the hallway in Congress isn't getting it done. So that much we can agree on. And yeah.
That's it. Get it done. Massie and Bowman, you can be the first two. Start acting like humans and start the ball rolling. You two clowns.
Yeah.
Get the rest
Follow
of the
our example,
circus
man.
in line and get
It can
something
happen.
done.
Yep. I agree.
Josh,
So
that's all I got about that
that's
one.
our
It seems
episode for
very
this
simple
week.
to me, so I don't really have much more to say. They need to get shit done.
Yep, exactly. We both agree on that. So have a good night, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll be coming to you guys every week here with new stuff and seeing what's in the news, seeing how we can find common ground.
See y'all at the next episode. Josh, I'll catch you on the other side, brother.
Have a good one, man.
Yep, later.